So Darren mentioned some unrecognized alternatives that could have been done. Do you agree with that? Like could we have done different things with development or encourage other things to be have been done?
Um, so I did see a bit of what Darren had said. Darren's someone whom I think highly of, but just because you think highly of people doesn't mean you necessarily agree with them. Um, the town doesn't have the funding available for decisions like that in my mind. I would not have been an advocate of buying the land. And there's lots of discussions about how much money that land is truly worth. Um, you know, uh, Again, I'm not a real estate guru, so far be it from me to throw out dollars, but some thought it was worth 6 million, others thought it was worth 20. It's irrelevant. I don't have that type of money as a taxpayer and as a protector of the town purse. So I don't see how the town would have done something different with the land. And on top of that, if you own something, Josh, and it's not for sale, how do I buy it from you? You're not selling it. Um, so in lots of ways, it's a moot argument. We needed to proceed down the channels that we had, and there wasn't other channels available to us. Orangeville is a great place, but from a financial standpoint, I think we can all admit we're lacking. When people contact me and they're upset with their taxes, um, my response is not a typical response. I don't go through and start to make excuses of things that we've done as a council to try and fix the taxes. The reality is the taxes here are high. It's unacceptable. It's reality, um, but it's unacceptable, and we just don't have the cash to be purchasing other things. The things I've been advocating for as we went through the election and as we sit here now is we should be selling assets. If anything, real estate is at a very high point now. Granted, as you and I speak, we're in the middle of COVID, and I don't think we all understand what real estate is worth. It may have taken a hit. So potentially now isn't the time, but 4 months ago it was the time. And divesting ourselves of things like the Humberlands, other assets that we have, and I don't feel comfortable discussing them in this forum, but we have millions of dollars that could come to us that would help offset items. So we'll see as time goes on. And my counterparts all believe that the policing issue is going to bring forward some savings. Um, I'm a little more reticent to believe that than they are, but we shall see. So hopefully that brings forward some savings as well. But I guess the long answer to it would be is I just don't see it as part of my plan to be spending more taxpayers' money on more assets that don't necessarily provide an ROI. So if we bought the land, what money would that be bringing back to the town? And I don't see it bringing any money back to the town. We've just laid out money for an asset that doesn't pay us rent or, um, you know, an appreciation of any kind. We're just going to sit with it. So I, I don't know why we would tie our money up in that way. With all due respect to Mr. Davidson, it's just not it wouldn't be what I would advocate for. I'm cheap, Josh.
Well, I mean, I would say I would agree that it would be at least very difficult. It would take more than possibly making it into screen space. I mean, that would, and I'm not saying that's all that Darren was advocating for, but like you need to develop it really smartly, and it takes a lot of management to actually make it generate revenue and a profit.
Yeah.
And do we actually need to be doing that versus is there actually more efficient uses of the town's resources? I could definitely see that being another argument as well.
Well, and the other piece is it wasn't for sale. You know, I'm not here to debate Darrin's ideation. I've always found him to be a very creative, earnest, caring citizen. So we have that in common with each other, and I quite like him. So it's not for me to talk about his ideas. I can only speak about my own.